Hi guys, this is Ines. Welcome back to my channel. If you saw my previous video, you probably already know that we are having our new house. It's literally closing in 2 weeks. And while we're waiting for the new house, I would like to share with you our journey of how we got to our new house. It was definitely a bumpy journey. And in the end of the video, I will also share with you some tips of buying a tract home just like ours. It was exactly 1 year ago. I remember clearly that day. It was my birthday, and I arranged so many house touring all the way from north Vista area to San Diego to south of Chula Vista, because my husband normally are very busy, so I can only arrange house touring during the weekend. So that day we were touring like I think 6 houses on the same day, and also later we also scheduled a lot of house tourings too. It was really a good time for home buyers to buy a home that they were normally not able to afford. There were a lot of buyers on the market, and the house price just shoot up all the way from 20% more to 50% more compared to what they used to. We did find two that we really liked and would really work for us, because for us, I think we need master bedroom, office room for me, an office room for my husband, and a bedroom for my parents. So if we have a bonus room, it would be really a bonus. If not, the 4 rooms are the minimum requirement we have. So the two that we really liked, one of them is 4 rooms with a granny flat. So we thought, we can have our 4 rooms, and then the other room we can let my parents-in-law to live, or in the future we can even rent it out. So it was really good for us. We did make an offer, but when we were looking at the house, it was already 1 month on the market and they already have several offers, and so we lost that one. The second house we really liked. It was a big house with a nice view, similar to this here, with mountain in the back, and that was a new construction. But we see the quality of the construction is just not really there, because you can see the uneven surface, and the cabinet is really not aligned sometimes, so you can always find faults. I mean, we liked it, but you really didn't make an offer just because of the construction quality. And so we continue our house hunting journey, and we came across new home builders like Leonard. We made several tours in different communities, and we feel that the quality of the construction is so much better than those traditional homes or those houses that were flipped. Plus the technology, the new technology is amazing. You have those doorbell with videos, you have motion sensors, you have solar already, and you have Amazon drop off, that they can drop off your package directly in your garage and stuff like that. I know there are a lot of people, or most Americans, they don't prefer tract homes because they think it's not very unique to them. They think maybe there's not enough styles, maybe they don't own much land and stuff like that. But for us, because I'm from China and Shanghai, and we're very used to tract homes, because most houses you buy is tract homes. So as long as you decorate it the way you want, furnish it the way you want, I think you can definitely call it home and have your own style. So we locked our eyes on one of Leonard's new communities, but at that time it's already at the end of their phases, so I think there was only 3 or 4 phases left to release. So we're ready to bid. Last year the market was so hot. There are so many buyers. A lot of home buyers, they bid 50 grand, 80 grand, 100 grand more than asking price. It was just crazy, and we know from our experience how hard it is to win a house. For Leonard, actually it was no exception. The model they do is you get on their waiting list. Whenever there's a new home release, you just bid. They have their minimum price, but it's up to you how much you want to pay. Of course, they always will pick the highest bidding price. So we actually try to bid several phases that are like 40-50 grand higher than asking, but unfortunately we never won. By that time it's already in January 2022. The interest rate was still okay. It was like on the high of 2.9 or something. But as time goes by, the interest rate is going up and up and up. And at that time, we didn't know. We kept looking for houses. That's when we came across our new house right now, which is in Oceanside. Then the waiting game started. The sales team actually warned us whenever there's a new house release, they will just inform everyone on the list with the first come, first serve order. If you get a call on that day, you'll just need to tell them which house you prefer. And then there's another part. You have to tell them which three is your top three choices. So when it's your turn, you can pass or you can pick one of the three. So there's a lot of variance in there because you have the people in front of you. They can pick and choose their top three. And then when it's your turn, maybe you don't have the top three anymore. So it's just a lot of variance. On the day of the new home release, we actually drove to the construction site to take a look at the view and confirm which home location we want. We started very early, and by the time we come back, it was already like 3-4 o'clock, and both of us were like so tired. But they haven't called yet. But we're so tired, so we decided to take a nap. And you know what? When we were taking the nap, that was when they decided to call. So funnily enough, all of our phones are on silent, and then when we got up, we saw, there was those missed calls. It must be the sales team. So the time passed. It's already like 6 o'clock, and there was nobody in the sales office. So we had to talk to them the next day. And luckily, nothing was changed. They didn't call anybody behind us on the list. So we still got to choose what we liked. When it's our turn, our first choice were already gone. We could only pick our number 3 choices. But we were still, glad that we got it, knowing that it's going to be ready in September. We were just at that time satisfied as to what we got. But lucky enough, the people in front of us, actually 2 people in front of us, backed out of their choice. So there are 2 times that sales office just called us, say, hey, would you like your top 2 choices? And then finally they say, hey, your first choice is available now because the buyer in front of you backed out. We were like, yeah, we'll take it. So that's how we got our top 1 choice, which is the home that we're getting right now. So we signed our contract and everything in March, and then we had to wait till September to close the house. So we just have to wait and wait and wait. But this is 2022. A lot of things are happening in the US economic wise. Every time the Federal Reserve, they have a meeting, they increase the interest and everything. So when we are looking at the houses, the interest rate was at around 3%. And then every month it's going up and going up and going up. By the time we closed, the interest rate was already hovering above 6%. So we had to put a lot more down payment than before to keep our monthly payment the same like before. But still, it's a decision that we made, and we're willing to live with it. If you are someone like us who are trying to buy a new tract home, I have some tips and suggestions for you, so keep watching. Tip number 1, get your pre-approvals done. This is actually a tip for any homes that you want to buy. If you want to buy a traditional home, having your pre-approvals just makes the seller to consider you more than the other ones that don't. For buying tract homes, you can just get on the waiting list quicker. That means you can choose your favorite houses or plans earlier than others. Tip number 2 is to get to know their co-brokering program. We came across a lot of new home builders. Some of them, they do have co-brokering programs, which means that if you buy the house through a real estate agent, the real estate agent will get either anywhere from 2 to 3% of the commission. So if you decided to go to the route buying those homes without real estate, you can just ask them, hey, if you can pass those commissions to the customers directly. Tip number 3 is to know what is included in your home purchase. Most of the time, home builders will have model homes for you to tour, and these homes are already finished with all the items that normal household would want, so you can envision yourself living in there already. But most of the time, they will include a lot of items that are not included in your home purchase. For example, if you want to upgrade the floor, you want to upgrade the carpet, you want to upgrade the countertop, and maybe the appliances, the home appliances are not included in your home purchase either. So these are the things that you want to be clear with the salesperson so that you know what you're getting into. Tip number 4 is when you get into the design stage. So this is when the design company will make a lot of money out of you because when you get there, you'll have to add this, add that, and make this style, use this quality, and everything like that. So before you go to the design center, make sure you ask for their menu so you know what's on the list, what options you have. Most people would have a budget probably, so when you make your choice, make your calculations, see if you can afford it and stuff like that. Because in the design center, you'll see those beautiful stuff, high quality stuff that you want to add, but they always come with a high price tag. A lot of people will really go crazy and have a price shock in the end. Luckily, our designer who worked with us isn't very pushy. She basically worked with us and tell us the pros and cons of choosing different materials or choosing different items, and in the end we make our own choices. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. Don't go overboard. You will get a price shock. Tip number 5 is to manage your expectations. Our home was supposed to be ready in September, but because of the shortage of something called switch gears and windows, we were delayed for 2 months. So keep in mind that even though there's a timeline for the construction to finish, always be prepared that maybe 1 month, 2 months, or even 5 months delays. Alright, that wraps up my tips for buying a new tract home, and hopefully you find it helpful. Next week I'm going to walk through my new home and upload a video for you guys as well, so make sure you subscribe to this channel and comment, like, and share. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.